Now, like I said, okay, let's go back to Reagan and Jake, and then we're going to take this out. But you have Jay-Z, who during the presidential election was a very big Obama supporter. Very big Obama supporter. I would like to mention that right before Obama got into the race, he released a song called Black Republican, but I digress. that was before Obama put his name in the race, but like I said, I digress. Now, what main problem that most black people have with Reagan is they consider him to be a part of the drug epidemic that's currently in our community. And while we can sit and argue over that all day, the question really should be, why is the epidemic still in our community? That should be the question we're trying to figure out. And so, when you would look at someone like Jay-Z, who came from the streets of New York, got into the drug trade, realized how worthless and futureless it was, and changed his mind to do something different. Now he's an icon, not only in the United States, but all around the world. He makes it on the Forbes millionaires list and about every other millionaires list there is. And he himself says that that's because he's a product of Reaganomics. And it's all in the language. So I had something real quick. If you want to explain socialism to someone in a way that they can understand, that pulls at their heartstrings, especially if you're talking to a black person, go to their shoes. Go to their shoes. Now, most black men have a huge selection of Jordans. That's the sneaker of choice. Most black women love our stilettos and heels. My feet are killing me. Okay, so you say you have 100 pair of Jordans, or your 100 pair of stilettos, depending on who you're talking to, and you go to that person and you say, well, I have 99 people who need shoes. So I'm gonna go and take 99 pair of your Jordans, or 99 pair of your stilettos. You don't get to pick which pair you keep, and you don't get any say in who I give them to. I don't think so. It's not gonna work. That's the heartstring. When you say spread the wealth, you're talking to the person's mind. Show them how it affects them, you pull the heartstring. I don't believe there's too many people in the black community, when properly explained what socialism is and how it leads to communism, is going to be very accepting of it. And so this is what the black elites would have us to believe. They would have us to believe that somewhere in the near or future there is this utopia. And we're going to go to this utopia and everything is going to be fair. Well, like he said about revisionist history, those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. So I suggest those black leaders to kind of go and see what happened when Stalin got into power. His friends didn't come with him. They didn't make it. So I would tread very carefully if that's the path that you would want to follow. I'm just saying. Principles real fast. All right, why do most blacks vote for Democrats? Mostly because, well, our teachers do it. Our pastors do it. Our parents do it. And society says that we should do it. So I'm going to use a couple quotes from Jay, a couple quotes from Reagan, then I'm going to get out of here. Ronald Reagan would say, trust but verify. Okay, trust but verify. You might, Democrats might be good. They might be the party of the people. But you should go and do your own research and figure that out before, you kind of cast your vote for the Democratic Party. But Jay-Z would say it just a little bit different, but he would say the same premise. He said they're all actors looking at themselves in the mirror backwards, can't even face themselves. Fear no rappers, they're all weirdos, De Niro's in practice. So don't believe everything your earlobe captures. It's mostly backwards. It's the same thing. Trust but verify. It's okay to listen, it's okay to appreciate, but go back and make sure that what that person told you was the truth. Now, once you find the truth, Reagan would say, don't be afraid to see what you see. So once you go and seek out the information, Don't turn around if it's something that you didn't want to see. Once you find the information, realize that it is true and accept it into yourself. So Jay would say, unless it happens to be as accurate as me, and everything said in song you happen to see, then actually believe only half of what you see, none of what you hear, even if it's spat by me. Even if I'm sitting here telling you that the sky is blue, you should go to the window and take a look for yourself. No difference, Jay and Reagan. It's no difference. It's about the language. Now, one thing we need to keep in grasp within America is the power of the individual. The individual, the single person. We are all not judged alike. Your actions will bring to you what your actions bring to you, just as my actions will bring to me what my actions bring to me. Now, Ronald Reagan would say, above all, we must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of a free man and women. It is the weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. If you ask anyone what's Jay-Z's most famous catchphrase, I will not lose. Simple, 4 words. I will not lose. As an individual, I will not lose. As a country, we will not lose. It's built into the principle of a free man and a free woman that there are no limitations on what can be done. So while we're in fear of where they're currently taking our country, we should be very happy that the ability to take it back is still within our hands. Then we get into social justice. Social justice. It's got to be fair. It's got to be fair. It's cause and effect. It's got to be fair. You know, there's only crime because, well, we ruined your schools. Yeah, I'll lay that on the Democrats. There's only crime because, we're not getting enough social programs into the black community. That's why it's the crime. It's always a cause and effect. So we have to make it fair. So Reagan would say, we must reject the idea that every time a law is broken, society is guilty rather than the lawbreaker. It is time to restore the American precept that each individual is accountable for his own actions. That's right. Jay would say, Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper to me. Still, that ain't the reason for half the stuff that's happened to me. He knows. Now, maybe in his youth, you could have fooled him. But when he gets to an age where reflection is possible, we realize that it's our decisions that carry us where we want to go. Now you see why these are 2 of my favorite men here? Let's have a little bit more fun. Laugh a little bit. Let's talk about taxes.